DePIN, as you probably know, is one of the largest and fastest growing hot sectors within cryptocurrency. It's an acronym that stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. And as of this recording, within crypto, it's got a cumulative market cap of $17.8 billion. Of course, it's been growing very, very quickly, but there are still some very good deals to be had in this space. And so we're looking at 3 DePIN altcoin projects that really ought to be on your crypto radar. We're trying to diversify things a little bit too by examining a large cap, a mid cap, and a small cap. Welcome one and all to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. You know what I'm going to say? I wish you very, very well if you choose to invest, and I do mean that genuinely, but you got to remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor, which means by extension that this video is not official financial or investment advice. All right, so kicking off our list, and for the large cap choice, we're going to go with one of the biggest DePIN projects out there, and that is Render. This one represents a fully distributed network of GPU computing power for one main purpose, and that's for AI programs to use that computing power in order to render images. Of course, AI is something that continues to evolve, but by now you probably are at least a little bit familiar with names like Midjourney. And Render is very similar, the difference here being that Midjourney has its own computing power. The idea is that AI programs need a lot of GPU computing power, which is also one of the reasons why NVIDIA has exploded in the last few months and years. Of course, they manufacture GPU chips. But all AI programs need them. And that's whether we're talking about LLM, large language models, like for chatbots, OpenAI, for example, ChatGPT, or image rendering programs. And so with Render, you can easily add your excess computing power to the network and earn Render, R-E-N-D-E-R, for yourself as a reward. And be sure to take note of that token that I just mentioned, because this project did a recent rebrand from RNDR to R-E-N-D-E-R. The most important parts of the project stayed the same. However, their move to Solana, specifically for its speed and lower fees, meant that this rebrand is kind of really more like a reissue, if you will, of their token. So instead of an ETH token, it's a Solana SPL token instead. It's just more about taking advantage here of Solana's network effects than anything else. It's also why they didn't do a full name change or anything else that, may look too dramatic. And look, honestly, Render is as good as it ever was, possibly better. And the Solana move here was a good move for them, even if ETH gas prices are lower now than they used to be. The RENDER token is down about 40% over the course of the last 3 months, but only 8% in the last 30 days, seemingly along with the rest of the market, unfortunately. That makes them a top performer in the last month, though, especially among those not named Bitcoin, Solana, or certain meme coins. So in other words, there has been some strength here that's been displayed during otherwise difficult market conditions and weakness. And look, when in doubt, zoom out if you're a long-term holder, so anything in the last 12 months or more, you're up in the neighborhood of 300%, possibly higher. We like this project quite a bit, actually. It has only one major negative that you should be aware of, and that's the fact that while the total supply is 532 million and manageable, the max supply is actually infinite, so just do be aware of that. The team so far, though, has been responsible in their supply management. We expect that to continue. In fact, we insist it continues, and we're going to make sure that we hold them to that. At number 2 on our list, and the midcap altcoin that we're looking at here, is OriginTrail, ticker TRAC, T-R-A-C. And OriginTrail is one of our alpha research team's gems. It's our midcap choice in DePIN. It's all about decentralized AI and decentralized truth. Now, this is a new thing. By truth, we're talking about the verification of information. Supply chains and manufacturing use this technology for things like verifying rail safety, for example. That's for the transport of goods. And this verification or proof of truth has a strong chance to become really one of blockchain's biggest use cases in what has really been an increasingly AI and deepfake world, unfortunately. Supply chains use this for transparency, but also for safety and sustainability. One example in the supply chain is to ensure the provenance of wine from the Champagne region. And this is actually necessary so that it can be officially called champagne, and then the manufacturers can charge more than they otherwise would for generic sparkling wine. That's one example. UK Customs and Swiss Federal Railways already use these decentralized knowledge graphs in order to keep their processes tight, fast, and transparent. And currently in the Metcalf phase, the roadmap is pretty ambitious and includes solutions for LLM hallucinations, as well as offering multi-chain solutions within EVM and designated staking, among many other goals. OriginTrail's native token, TRAC, again TRAC, has a market cap right now of just under $206 billion. In the last 3 months, though, TRAC is down about 35%, and is also down a few percentage points in the last month, in the last 30 days. Now, given the volatile nature of the markets that we've been seeing and the recent flash crash, this is actually not too bad. As with the first entry on this list, if we look at the last 12 months, so the last year of price activity, investors have done okay with about 150% ROI. And for this project, we have 80% or 406 million out of 500 million tokens, which are currently in circulation. That's pretty good. Unlike many DePIN projects, the tokenomics here are solid.
And so if this market pulls back hard under this level and then consolidates and comes back, we're likely to sell and stall.
And finally here at number 3 on our list, DIMO. DIMO is a small cap DePIN project that our alpha research team has identified as a gem. That's because DIMO is an emerging leader in the connected car application sector. This is an open protocol that lets any developer make any app for any make of car, and it's going to be compatible with the car's existing hardware and software. Now, a crucially important area in which DIMO uses its DePIN characteristics and blockchain is security. Car apps are known for being notoriously insecure, and then the car companies are very cavalier with our data. They really don't care one way or the other except to have clean data that they can then sell to others. But by contrast with DIMO, you can control and monetize your car app data exactly how you want, and it's compatible with any car that is newer than model year 2008. One of the best things that DIMO does is provide an interactive health checkup of your car so that you can spend a little on prevention when and where needed. And that's going to save hundreds of dollars later on, potentially, if something were to break down in a more serious way. But beyond that, beyond just helping to keep your car out of the mechanics shop, DIMO also helps with things like assessing your car's value if perhaps you're thinking about trading it in. Certain apps on DIMO also bring your insurance rates down, which can be pretty enticing. You can potentially get some nice deals in that sense. And look at it this way, really, as long as the car is going to be smart and collect your data anyway, then you may as well have it do so in a way that is useful for you and under your control. That is the whole ethos, the whole idea behind DIMO. The DIMO token, DIMO, represents all the rewards that you earn for your car's data. DIMO currently has a market cap of only $35 million, 233 million tokens in the circulating supply out of a 1 billion total and max supply, which is a little bit low, admittedly. And zooming out a little bit, it's up about 45% in the last 12 months. And just like most of crypto, through no fault of its own, it has suffered in terms of price in the last few months, although it is showing some upward momentum here and is ticking upwards in the last 30 days. In summary here, DIMO helps to take a centralized data provider, your car company, and then use the best of what DePIN has to offer. It decentralizes this network across nodes around the world with final control that rests in your hands.